Yeah, hats off to Coach Hill. Had his team well prepared. They did a great job. But, when the game was over, I started thinking about Furman beating Villanova, Texas Southern beating Oregon, Texas Southern beating Baylor, Radford beating Notre Dame, IUPUI beating Boston College. I can keep going. On and on and on and on. It's college basketball. It's November. You know, um, Sid played a great game against BYU. That's not who he is yet. He's going to have some more games like that. But it's not going to be in a row. He's not consistent yet. Shouldn't be. That kid sat out all year last year. That shows you how good he can be. But tonight just shows you how far he is away from being consistent. What we have to do is just keep working with him. He's going to have some more good games, but he may have more games like he did tonight too. Same with Nate. Freshmen are like that. But you know what? The one kid that we had that was a constant all night long was Galen. Even when he doesn't score, he's doing something to help us win. And I'm a man of faith, and I don't think the good Lord was necessarily looking out for the Cougars tonight, but I do think he had his hand on Galen. I do. And I think he did because he was rewarding Galen for all the work he did this summer. I don't know if I've ever had a kid more prideful. Galen is a very prideful young man, self-pride. Doesn't like to be told what he can't do. He'll fight you tooth and nail to prove you wrong. But when last season ended, now, I've had some kids that work on their shots in the summer to get better. So it's not fair to me to say who worked harder than others. I hate it when people make blanket statements like that. Who knows? I didn't see these other kids shoot, so I wouldn't know. But I've never seen a kid work harder than Galen. So when it really mattered, and Corey made the nice pass to him in the corner, good for Galen. Good. It's a nice reward for a young man that's put a lot of time and effort. Nothing went well tonight. Armani's a very good shooter. 2 games ago, he was leading the nation in three-point shooting. He couldn't throw it in the ocean if he's standing on shore tonight. He's wide open. I don't think he had maybe one hard shot tonight. Look at Corey's shots. Everybody's used to seeing those go in, right? That's how you get beat. Those teams I talked to you about that lost, I didn't see their games. But when you shoot and miss and the other team makes, it's hard to win. It's hard to win. But I'm proud of our kids. I'm proud of them for hanging in there on a night when nothing went our way against a team that scrapped and clawed and fought tooth and nail. Coach Hill's doing a good job with his program. He really is. Those kids fought. That's not my team, but I was proud of UTRGV tonight. Good for them. But, a bigger story than this game, we win. Okay, fine, we're 5-0. But you know what the big story tonight is? It's not the close call and all the stuff that the rhetoric people throw about a game like this. Who cares? The big story is that in March of 2017, we didn't have a home anymore. They shut that building. Bulldozers came in. They tore the ceiling out. They ripped it, all the asbestos out. They found out it was going to be 6 months longer than anticipated because of the asbestos problem we had from a place that was built 50 years earlier almost. And I remember Hunter took me out to NRG. I had no idea that they had a 4,000-seat building out there. He said, "What do you think about this, Coach?" I said, "Not much." I mean, it took forever to get from there back to campus. Of course, it was not the right time of day, but I started thinking, who's going to come watch us play here? Who's going to – certainly not our students. Because to come in a bus, you got to leave probably an hour earlier. But that's an hour more – so that's an hour and a half more investment, right? Travel. So I said, we got to come up with a better plan. So they talked about Del Mar. They talked about this building. So finally, one day, I picked up the phone and I said, "Hunter, why not Texas Southern?" He said, "Would you play over there?" I said, "Heck yeah, let's go look at it." So Dr. McClellan and Mike Davis, awesome. Boy, they were just awesome. How they treated us. They gave us a sweetheart deal. Every time we picked up the phone to ask Mike if we could come practice, he said absolutely. He'd pack his kids up in the bus and take them over to the Guy Lewis, and we'd pack up in our vans and we'd drive over here. For 19 games, we came over here and played. That's 19 times before the game we came over for a shoot-around. That's probably about, I don't know, 60, 70 practices over the last year and a half that we came over here. Probably more like 50. But logistically, it's been tough. But I don't know if Duke's won 19 in a row. I don't think they have. And they got the best home court advantage in America. Think about it. We won 19 in a row in somebody else's gym that we called ours. So my hat's off to our kids. Proud of my team. But I'm really, really, really thankful for the Texas Southern community. And I mean the ushers, the security people, the concessionaires, the parking people, the people at the scores table. They all made us feel special. They made us feel like it was ours. A lot of times we would come in here and they were taking batting practice on one of the baselines, or the cheer team and the dance team was practicing up top. They had a class going on one of the bleachers. The football team was in here one day, but that's all we had. We just had to do the best we could. But through it all, our kids never complained. We knew that the day was going to come when we were moving into a beautiful new arena, and we were going to look forward to that. So, hats off to our team for being 19-0, but very thankful to Texas Southern for being great neighbors.
Questions, please.
Kelvin, now that you have this game over, and you can look ahead, can you imagine just the excitement? This will be now, I guess, the first time everything is in place. You have your arena built, you have the Guy V, you have your roster. I mean, this is what you kind of envisioned when you signed up for this job.
Yeah, but that didn't mean it was going to happen. There's a lot of things I envisioned. I envisioned winning the lottery one day. Good chance that ain't going to happen. But hats off to Tillman Fertitta. It doesn't happen unless somebody's willing to make a commitment. And that's, and starting with Tillman and Dr. Couture. Dr. Couture has been very pro athletics. We haven't always had the best support. We just came from BYU, 3.5-hour flight, by the way, on Sunday. Couldn't practice Monday because Sunday was the practice day. But we just played in an arena where they had, I don't know how many people was at the game, 12, 14,000, and our kids haven't had that kind of support. And I'm hoping that's what the Fertitta Center will give us, is somebody that will appreciate what our kids are doing, and recognize them and come support them, and not who we're playing, but come support Houston. I get it that people want to see these other teams play. Well, go watch them. Buy a season ticket and go watch Duke. Buy a season ticket and go watch North Carolina or Michigan or Michigan State. We're not them. We're Houston. Come support your team. But we have Houston across our jersey, either coming to see us or coming to see the other team. We prefer you come see us. We're going to do our best. We're not going to win every game, but we're going to give you a great effort, and we're going to represent this university the right way. And because of President Couture and Tillman Fertitta, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention Mac Rhodes and Hunter Yurchak and Chris Pesman. Somebody's got to push this stuff through. You can have all the ideas you want, but somebody's got to make it happen. And so I say thank you to all those people that helped, from Dave Mars to Howie Lorch, former players, people that gave $5 to $1 million. You're all part of this. We're all part of U of H family. So we're going to try to get our kids to give maximum effort as a show of appreciation. The one thing that I do not like is entitlement people. That somebody thinks they owe them something. That's not who I am, and that's not going to be our program is. So we're going to show up, and we're going to give a great effort as a way of showing appreciation for those that have supported us.
Anything else? said about support, it's sold out. If you want to say some words about the fans, to the fans.
Yeah. We're looking forward to it. You know, we've had sellouts before. You know, we've had great games. You know, last year we beat a couple top 10 teams in the nation here. You know, Wichita State, Cincinnati, unbelievable games. And over in 2017, you know, we beat SMU and LSU and Cincinnati. We've had some great crowds, but we've never played in the Fertitta Center. And I think there's a lot of curiosity, a lot of anticipation. A lot of people's coming to see the Fertitta Center, and I hope they see us win. But I want them to come back and see us too. You know, Fertitta Center is going to be there forever. This basketball team's only going to be here this year. Come support your Cougars.